leech on me. Oh my word. We all know Australia has kangaroos. We all know China has pandas. We all know the lions of Africa. But what about those animals that go under the radar? What about those animals that you wouldn't associate with that place? Animals so rare, only a handful of people see them. You may not know they are here, but they live among us. My name is Cookie, and this is Animal Anomalies Abroad, the superb lyrebird. Welcome to Australia. Alright mate, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Violated. I swear he was touching my brain. Everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome along back to Animal Anomalies, and this time we're abroad. We've come to the land down under, also known as Australia, also known as the land of where every animal wants to kill you. I picked a really good backdrop for this one. Right behind me you can see the 12 Apostles right here just off the Great Ocean Road in Victoria. But this isn't where I'm starting my search for the animal in question, which is the superb lyrebird. We're actually going to go a little bit friendly and find something else, something I think everybody loves, and that's a koala. Right then, we're going to have a look for some koala bears or koalas up in the trees high up. Maybe we find some, maybe we don't. So we're looking around all of these trees trying to find ourselves a koala bear. I can't tell you how hard this is. This is really quite difficult trying to find anything in here. I've got a fat leech on me. Oh, look at that. Off. Oh, that was the fattest leech. Leave me alone. Now I can't lie, it's probably not the smartest idea in the world to not wear trousers, but I didn't realise I'd get swamped with leeches. Jesus Christ. Light's getting a bit dim, so the chances are quite slim now, but this should be the best time for them to be out and about. There's a koala. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Were you? No. Well done you for finding it.
I'm excited.
Just in these trees. When you think of Australian wildlife, koalas are probably the first animal that pops to your mind. They're very cute looking and uniquely Australian. You can't find these animals anywhere else in the world. But unfortunately they're in a massive decline, and if we're not careful, in years to come the wild populations of koalas will be at serious risk. Since the year 2000, the koala population has more than halved, which has unfortunately led them to becoming an endangered species. This is due to habitat loss mainly, and the 2020 bushfires had a detrimental impact on them too. But for me, it was a privilege to be able to see this famous native, but it's not the anomaly we've set out for. Nope, that's the superb lyrebird. These are endemic to Australia and can only be found in the rainforests of Victoria, New South Wales and South Queensland. In relative recent years, they were introduced into Tasmania as well. There are no specific numbers to hand for how many of these birds are around today, but estimates have them at between 5 to 10,000. A primarily shy and well-hidden bird, they are also widely regarded as the best mimics in the animal kingdom. Now, you may have seen this footage with David Attenborough, and you can hear them make a variety of different sounds. They hear the noises around them, they learn them, and then they will create a platform to perform them, in the hope that a female hears and is impressed. They're about the size of a rooster, but with a long and beautiful tail that they will also use in their performances. Now, despite being a bird, lyrebirds aren't the best at flying and will mostly walk or run, but sometimes will attempt short flights or glides to get to places. So with all that said, and you now clued up on the superb lyrebird, let's try and find one, shall we?
Hello everybody. It's the day of trying to find the lyrebird. And last night we had an absolute drama.
I mean, this was bound to happen at some point, but there's a big giant spider in our room. But I don't like it. Look at the size of him. I don't know what spider that is, but that is disgusting. I've never had to deal with this. No. I don't like it. It's no way staying in here tonight. Nuh-uh. while he's up there, we're currently scanning a Domino's pizza. That cost me $5, which is like £3. So I'm obviously very happy about that. I am not happy about that. I actually think that might be a funnel web. A little update for you. I've accidentally knocked him into the aircon. So he's in there somewhere. So that was a great start. Now we're off to a location I had found while searching the internet for great locations to see lyrebirds. It was hard to pinpoint places, but eventually I came across this Facebook group and it seemed like if anyone would know, it's these. So I got in contact with them and they agreed to send me out with a local legend. Here is that local legend. Her name is Jan, and I was told anything that Jan didn't know about lyrebirds wasn't worth knowing. So keen to meet her and get out searching for the lyrebirds, we set off to Sherbrooke Forest in the Dandenong Ranges. Jan was quick to get us moving, as the best time to see lyrebirds is the early morning, but just as we were about to leave the car park, we saw this. Oh wow, look. Oh. It was a swamp wallaby having a little feed, and after seeing that little cutie we moved on into the forest, and Jan quickly pointed out something of interest.
All this here is where a lyrebird's been scratching.
And how can you tell?
They eat the worms, they eat the grubs, they eat the caterpillars, and when it's dry they sometimes have to break up rotting trees so that they can get food from there. So at present, because it's so dry, they're having to work harder for their food.
Yeah.
And so they eat grubs, little tiny things, little crayfish, whatever they can get.
Yeah,
that's the mound where he displays.
That's where he does his performance?
That's where he does his performance. Now, in the season, that will be absolutely clear of any litter. It will be just a beautiful, worked over mound. And it's almost as though he's doing his his housework.
Yeah.
That he'll come to that every day and he'll scratch it over and make it beautiful, and that's where he'll display for the female.
So already Jan has showed us signs of lyrebird scratching and also this mound that the male lyrebirds were used to perform upon. Unfortunately so far though, even with these signs, we haven't heard or seen a lyrebird. But there are more signs elsewhere to show another interesting creature. Wombat scat. So we're about an hour and a half into our trip into Sherbrooke Forest, and we've had no lyrebird action yet, although we've just passed someone who said they've seen a few a bit further on, so fingers crossed we do see them. But you never know with wildlife, we could get a surprise. And it wasn't long until we had a reason to be excited. Jan's picked up another sound. We're moving in on it now. This could be the one. Grey kangaroo. Oh, look at that. Oh. So that noise you could hear was the sound of a lyrebird. That double plick sound is their call, and we heard that, so went in search only to find these eastern grey kangaroos, which according to Jan was quite a rare find in this forest. She had told us that there were only about 7 in this entire forest, so to see these was actually quite a treat, believe it or not. But now, because we had stationed ourselves off the beaten path for a few moments to film these kangaroos, we had encountered something else. Jan, can you explain what it is?
Oh, it's a leech. And normally in the dry weather we don't get them, but
that is disgusting.
It hasn't had much of a feed because it'd be much fatter if it had had a good feed on me.
Yeah.
But you just feel something sting and you feel a cold bit. And look how it moves. It sort of does a loop and then it goes up and up.
Oh, do you know what, Jan? I got one.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah.
No, I think it's been there. I think it's up there now. Oh. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's sucking right on me, isn't he?
Mm. There we've got 2 of them.
Look at that. See, that one's had a bit of me, hasn't he?
He has.
So are they dangerous or?
No, they're not really dangerous, but some people, if they get them in their eye, they have a lot of trouble.
In their what?
And I'll tell you what, they love British blood, I reckon. Black crows. Oh, here's another one.
Oh my word. Well, should we get moving again?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's It's because we stopped.
So we got moving again to avoid becoming a buffet for leeches. We hadn't heard the lyrebird we were chasing for a few minutes until he started calling again. Oh my word. And there we have it, the superb lyrebird, one of nature's anomalies that we were frantically chasing right in front of us. We only got ourselves a glimpse, but after hours of grafting, tracking them down through the Australian bush, it was all totally worth it. We were delighted to be able to see this wonderfully elusive creature endemic to Australia. But having said that, I couldn't just let this be the only footage we got of the lyrebird, so we went away and planned to come back in a few days' time to completely nail this mission. In the meantime though, we went to a place called Phillip Island to go and see a spectacular sight of penguins. These are little blue penguins, which are also known as fairy penguins, and there's a big tourist spot to go and view them. I wasn't allowed to take my camera to film anything for myself, so that stayed in the car. But after watching the amazing display of penguins storming the beach in search of their mates in what I think is a must-do experience if you go to Melbourne, Australia, we headed back to the car and we were greeted by something I genuinely never thought I'd see in the wild. This is an eastern barred bandicoot. It's one of the rarest animals in Australia. So rare in fact that in 1989 the total population was about 150. Fast forward that to 2013 and it was declared extinct in the wild. But thankfully since 1991 Zoos Victoria are on the case to try and revive this animal and keep it away from extinction. They've managed to breed over 600 bandicoots in 30 years and in recent years have reintroduced them back into the wild of mainland Australia. This breeding program has been a huge success and has seen the bandicoot have its listing changed from extinct in the wild to endangered, and numbers have risen to over 1,000, which makes this the first time in Australian conservation status history to see such a change. And for me, I was beyond words at what I was seeing. An animal that was extinct in the wild not so long ago just running around at my feet. And I think it just goes to show the positive impact we as humans can have if we put our minds to it. We can change the future for wildlife and we can stop animals from becoming extinct. The eastern barred bandicoot is living proof of that.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Yeah. Oh wow. A lyrebird. Day 2 and almost straight away we're hanging out with this lyrebird. But that's not the only lyrebird we were going to be hanging out with on this day, because this happened. And then this. Animal Anomalies Abroad in Australia, Episode 1, The Superb Lyrebird. Firstly, I want to thank Jan for coming out with us on both occasions and being our lyrebird expert. Secondly, thank you to all the patrons and members for supporting the channel and making these videos happen. And finally, thank you to everyone for watching this video. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe if you're new, and share it with your friends and family. For now though, I've been Cookie. I'll see you in Episode 2. Take care. Oh! I can't believe it. We've just seen a